What's up guys, Picker again. I'm back with another Cypher video, and today we have busted Cypher setups on Fracture, the new map for Valorant. And me, alongside many other creators, we got the opportunity to test out the map beforehand. And yeah, I've spent a lot of time, like all of my time almost, into finding one-ways, wallbang spots, just normal setups. And make sure to subscribe and leave a comment to let me know what you think. Hit that like button, you know, helping the algorithm push the video. And without further ado, let's get right into it. So the first one way is a setup here for a main. You aim on the box there with your UI, and then you just send out the smoke like that, lands over there. And this one is good when the enemies are about to push in, and you can set up a tripwire in the stairs. This one makes the enemies have to walk up in order to see it and destroy it, but it doesn't protect for enemies that jump over it. So if you want to leave sight, for example, you can set up a normal tripwire like this, and you'll be fine. You will be totally fine. So enemies can't jump over it, can't crouch under it. We also have a camera position that we set up here. There will be way more cameras coming out very soon. I just didn't have enough time. And this camera sees into a main, sees into doorway, drop behind you. So a lot of coverage. You wait for the enemies to come in, and then when you see them, activate the cage. And keep in mind, they can go behind the cover there, so you have to be quick here. But you can also do a deep aiming cage that we're gonna show very soon. And this cage stops enemies that are just very fast with pushing in. So if you're facing enemies that are very slow with pushing in, you set up the tripwire like this, halfway in, because when you use this one way, you see enemies really far back, and they can't run behind cover for the box, or you know, they have spent some time going in front of the box, and that's when you can catch them and shoot them. And you see them very easily with this one. Here's what it looks like when they walk in. They can't see the camera until they walk past the box. So you can set up a tripwire that goes here and stops them. But then keep in mind, they can hide behind the box, so you have to wallbang that. Then we have a setup here for A doors. Camera goes there, tripwire like that, smoke like that. Keep in mind, this is after the barriers have gone down, so you have to be quick. And it's not something that you always will get away with, but you can open the doors like on Bind TPs and use a one-way. Now you can see in. The one-way also works when enemies are pushing the doors and getting triggered by the, well, when they trigger the tripwire. Here's what it looks like on the enemy side. And when they're in the smoke. You can also do a cheeky strat where you place the camera through the window. I'm not sure if this will be patched, but it works. For a drop, we have a tripwire here, right after a dish, that enemies can jump over. So you can't place anything down there. You could place something up here and call it a day. Or, in case you want to be more protected, you can place it down in the ramp where they can't jump over it and they can't crouch under it. And it gives you a bit more time to prepare versus the enemies, or you can have a raise, throw a nade, or someone molly. So the way you line it up is you use the spot there on the right, and now you can be fully protected. Camera goes here, like that. Smoke if you want. And this is a cheeky way to get a kill. It is not always guaranteed, but you can get some easy kills by just activating the cage. Keep in mind that people can come from behind you. But activate the cage once someone triggers, jump up, shoot. And if you want more protection, put the cage closer to you and you just shoot through the cage. Then we have a one-way setup for a drop, and this one you crouch, aim there, and now it lands like that. It's a bit technical, but if you just follow the UI placement, you should be fine. Here's what it looks like inside of it. Tripwire like that, just a normal tripwire. Go through spawn, because this will be when the barriers are still up. Camera goes here. We play from a window, or well, the ropes. And now you have the camera position for doors and drop. So when you see enemies coming in, or when they trigger tripwire, just activate it. Nice, right? And then let's say that enemies are pushing doors. Well, you activate smoke, you have a tripwire. And keep in mind, you can shoot through the doors or open the doors even with your camera if you want to. So there's lots of scouting potential here. This is for arcade one-way. So you move into the corner here on the box, then line up your UI with that A, like that. Send out the cage. No crouching, by the way. You just stand normal. Send out the cage, lands like that. Here's what it looks like. Very, very nice. You can shoot it, you can take different angles. However, this one in particular does not work. Because yeah, it's too far up. So for the enemies, instead of just letting them rush in, we want the tripwire, right? And if you're very precise, you can set up a tripwire that's unbreakable from the left side. So you need to shoot the right side. Yep. You can't crouch under it, you can't jump over it. You can also do a low one if you're not facing a race or any yaw or anything. And one like that. So similar to Ascent. Then we can set up a camera over here. And now you can see enemies from the back when they walk in. That way, you guarantee that they don't shoot out the camera. You can see where they rotate, if they go up to the rope, or if you should activate the one-way. Here's what it looks like on low quality. So the foliage is still there to protect the camera. Another camera we can do is this one. You jump from here, place it there, and now you can see straight down, as well as ropes and A-main. Or, well, not A-main, but B-main. Then we have another one-way for B generator that you use in order to see B-main. So use the corner there. You don't crouch this time, but you have to place your UI line right on the spot there. And then you send out the cage. It might take some practice, but you'll hit it. Then we want a camera that we can set up there. Now we can see enemies when they are approaching the choke point. We don't need to see deep into the choke point, but just when they approach it. And you can use a different camera as well that is a bit more protected for not getting shot out by, you know, B arcade. And unfortunately, you don't see much for enemies that come B arcade, but you can see them when they go ropes, which is decent. It works. All right, so when we have the camera, we walk back. You chill here. Wait with the camera. You see enemies, activate and shoot. And it is very, very nice because you can see enemies as they have to walk through. Like they can't just enter and not get shot. They can see underneath here if they're right in the back there, but it's extremely difficult because you meld in with the texture. Then we have a camera that we can use here. This is for Wallbang setup, and tripwire goes over here. You can use different tripwires, but I like just something standard. There's not many options there. If you're not facing anything that can break low tripwires, go for that one. And all you need to do is be able to detect enemies. Then you want to place a cage so that you can disorient enemies or make it difficult for them to see where they are. And make sure that you place a cage that can see or that can hide both sides of the tripwire as well, because then it's more difficult to shoot it out. Then a tripwire here. You only want to use one tripwire in the choke point, by the way. I only showed two, for example. So you chill here. You have your RS, Odin, whatever it is. High wall penetration. Guardian works as well. And when enemies trigger the tripwire, you just wallbang. You just shoot them. Super easy. And you can't get shot from the outside unless you have high wall penetration. Then we have a bonus camera. And that's all, guys. I will post much more very soon. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Leave a like if you liked it. Let me know what you think in the comments. Thanks so much for watching. Stay tuned for more. And I'll see you guys next time.